Leicestershire produced a superb display to bat out much of the final day of their LV County Championship match with Surrey at the Kia Oval, but an incredible 57-ball 100 from Stephen Davis then saw the home team chase down 216 in 21.2 overs to win for the first time this season. A Surrey victory looked to be a formality as the final morning began with Leicestershire on 310 for 5 in their second innings for a lead of 45, and batting through as much of the morning session was a must for the two overnight batsmen Niall O'Brien and Ben Raine, who'd already added 50 runs for the sixth wicket. O'Brien resumed his innings on 38, and half an hour in, the Irishman was at his 50 off 116 balls, an innings containing 7 fours. On his side and on that of his team's was that this last day pitch was still a good one for batting on, and so the visitors would certainly not have given up saving this match even if the odds were stacked against them. Even more so when Zafar Ansari struck with his 8th ball of the morning to get rid of Raine for 33, the wicket leading to Gary Wilson's Zebedee impression behind the stumps. A wicket so early for spin, Ansari with his 4th success of the innings suggested that this day wouldn't last too long. Clint Mackay was not finding the slow stuff too easy early on. He is a man who likes to strike a cricket ball, and he tried to get some runs on the board to put his side as far ahead as he could. Ansari was looking for one more wicket for just his second 5-wicket haul in Championship cricket, the other coming against this same opposition last summer. But he was left waiting by Mackay and O'Brien, who'd added 51 in 18 overs, O'Brien moving on to 78. When he drove Tom Curran to Rory Burns in the covers 15 minutes before lunch, the break coming with Leicestershire on 394 for 7 for a lead of 129. It was all about patience for the home team, and that was rewarded half an hour into the afternoon when Ansari did grab his 5th wicket, trapping Mackay in front for 41. Leicestershire were now on 418 for 8 for a lead of 153, and a second defeat of the season was on the cards until Rob Taylor and Digger Naik dug in. Taylor was nearly caught off Ansari, while this edge off the bat of Naik fell just a fraction short of Jason Roy at slip. But the chances were few and far between for the hosts, who must have started to get a little frustrated as the afternoon wore on and the overs remaining runs wanted equation became a little more troublesome. Fair play to these two tail enders, both who have made decent contributions with the bat before. Neither are rabbits, that's for sure, and they were proving that here as they batted right through until tea, by which time their side led by 205 on 470 for 8. The game was just about up for Surrey, but then in the 161st over of the innings and in his 46th, Gareth Batty struck for a second time to get rid of Naik for 30, Roy with a sharp catch. It had taken Surrey 28 overs to break that stand, but they needed only 4 balls to get the last wicket, and Surrey finishing with career best figures of 6 for 152 from 51.1 overs, as Leicestershire were all out for 480, Taylor making 42. As they strolled off, nobody could have dreamed of what was to happen next. Surrey were left with 24 overs to get 216, a target which would have been impossible just a few years back. But not now. Roy and Davis opened, and they both struck early maximums to give their side just the start they wanted. This game had had just about everything in it, yet right at the end there was yet more. Leicestershire were to be left shell-shocked as 6s and 4s flew from the flashing blades of both batsmen. The T20 Blast season is just about to start, but those who've enjoyed some extraordinary events at the Oval over the last few days had a preview of what they might expect. This was an incredible onslaught from two batsmen who hadn't needed to play themselves in. If you ever wanted to see just how this wonderful game has changed in the last decade, then this was it. And of course, both batsmen are English, which should send a message out to those knocking our game at the moment. If you see cleaner striking than this all year, then I might need Paddy Ashdown's hat. Those lucky enough to watch the 4 days of this game must have been pinching themselves. Roy was at his 50 off only 28 balls as Leicestershire began to panic. They can't have believed what was happening to them was even possible. Roy had sent their attack for 4 4s and 3 6s. The 100 was up in 7.5 overs. Charlie Shrek's 2 overs going for 34 runs, while Raine had delivered a couple earlier which had been blasted for 32. Davis needed only 24 deliveries to get to his 50. His 4-6 taking him there as this game ran away from the visitors very quickly indeed. Davis was thinking about quitting this sport not long ago. He was doing this after starting his season with a double 100. It was one-day batting and a one-day catch that ended the partnership on 145 at the start of over number 12. Angus Robson ensuring that he didn't go over the rope to remove Roy for a 39-ball 67. Kumar Sangakkara, who must have been loving this, came in, hit his first 2 balls for 4 and then got out to his 8th as he sliced a hit to Robson. This was not a time to watch if you admire a forward defensive. By now there was simply no stopping Davis, who in the space of just a few weeks has struck the 2 best innings of his life. His sensational century arrived off only 57 balls with a rare single. From those he'd found the rope 9 times and cleared it on 4 others. Kevin Peterson suffering with a calf strain after his second day exploits wasn't needed. Wilson gave Robson his 3rd catch in the deep and Naik his 2nd wicket after having the time to use up 14 balls for his 10. Rightly, it was left to Davis to hit the winning runs as he made 115 off only 69 deliveries. Surrey didn't need 16 balls of their 24 overs in the end as they took what will be a tough game to better all year long by 7 wickets. The home side making 218 for 3 off 21.2 overs. And it gave Surrey maximum points for their first win of the summer. Not many will fancy playing them after this. Northamptonshire have the joy of that from next Monday. Poor Leicestershire had done so well until the last hour and a half. They had to settle for 5 points ahead of their next match at home to leaders Lancashire from Sunday.